In order to set up a meeting on Ulwazi, first we actually have to set up the meeting on Teams. The reason why is that you want to have the URL link to the Teams meeting at your fingertips when you actually set up the meeting, because it's very difficult to edit it afterwards, because if you break it up into sections for the consultation, then you're going to have to paste the URL in each section separately. So get the URL for your meeting up front. So let's set up a new meeting. So it's Murray Consultations. That's an appointment, Teams meeting. I'm going to send it to myself because I just need to get it in my system. So we are saying it's happening from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We have the Teams meeting. So let's just set it up, go back in again. And what we want to do is we want to copy the hyperlink. You can't just copy this and paste it, because it'll just copy it as text. It won't actually copy it as a hyperlink into your clipboard. So it's important that we set up the meeting and then we actually, if you right click, copy the hyperlink to the meeting. Okay. So we've got that. Let's now go and so I'm just going to send the update. And now let's go into Ulwazi and see how we manage Ulwazi from in terms of setting up the actual appointment. So we have Ulwazi here. It's got a calendar. I'm looking at the development calendar in this instance, but the system will ask you which calendar you want to put the appointment on, and you'll see, and it's very important that you get that right. Otherwise, you're going to have appointments that actually don't show up in students' calendars, and you'll wonder why you haven't got students. So let's put an appointment in for the 15th. So all you need to do is click on the date that you want to put the consultations on. So I'm clicking on the 15th of March, and I'm setting up an appointment group. So you click on appointment group, and it'll give you a whole lot of information that you need to fill in. So this appointment group, I'm going to call Murray Consultations. It's on the 15th. It's 1300 hours to 1400 hours. And what we're going to do in this case is divide this into equal slots of 30 minutes. You can choose 15 minutes, you can choose 20 minutes. Well, let's just do 20 minutes. Okay, so you're suggesting that each slot will be 20 minutes. So now what you see, if you say click the go, what it does is it actually then breaks it down into 3 separate slots, each one of 20 minutes. In this case, I want to limit the each time slot to 2 students because it's quite small slots. And you can allow the students to see who signed up for the time slots that are still available. So MS Teams, see details for your link, and you select the calendar. This is really important. So you select the calendar, I'm selecting development, and that's done. And I then paste in the URL. That, you remember earlier we copied the link. Now I just Control-V to paste it into here. All right, and now I can publish. And what you'll see here is there are the consultations which students can book in. Now, I obviously am not a student, so it's not going to show me very much here, and I can't book for it myself. But what students would be able to do is book in and say, yes, I want to book onto this slot, and they would be able to see which other student was already booked, and it would allow for available slots. Please note on this one that if somebody goes in here, they can pick up the URL and you can land up with more students. Yaku's had experience of that, where students just opportunistically join even though they didn't make a booking. And you have the right to say, look, this is a closed session, please book for another session. Or as Yaku does, he just does plenary work. He kind of talks to whoever wants to talk about the stuff, can come in and he's available for an hour. So you can break it down into sub consultations, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or you can just put one consultation in for an hour, and whoever pitches up comes into the session. So that's how we work it. As simple as that. So just remember, the first step is go into your Outlook or Google Calendar or whichever system you're using. Set up a meeting for the time that you are going to be doing the consultations, and copy the hyperlink. Don't just highlight the link, because you will only highlight the text. You won't actually highlight the URL, which is in the background. So you need to right-click and say copy hyperlink. Once you've done that, you can go into Ulwazi and you can set up an event, which is, let's do it here. So you can set up an event, and it is an appointment group, and you could carry on. And at the end, you must always put in the URL so the students can get to you. All right, that's all there is to it. So I wish you well.